Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. I know I look tired again because, again, I couldn't sleep. I slept just a few hours tonight. But I'm still coming in with a video because I was asked a few questions and I really, from the heart, want to speak about some things because we have very turbulent times right now. And can you imagine what the November will be like? Because this full moon is preparing us for November, and November is preparing us for December. And you get the point, right? So, these are intense times of transitioning, and as well as we can see many things changing, and people seem to panic sometimes, especially I think today and during the whole week. There's a massive thing happening in the United States with the hurricanes and floodings, and it's not just the United States, but it's a big country countries, and it's a lot of things that's going on there energetically. There has to be a lot of cleansing there and in other places, of course, as well. But sometimes, people don't see things from a higher perspective, so they get into the fear mode. A lot of the times, like I said, these changes are connected directly with the cosmic events, with the solar flares, with the solar activity, with everything that is being transferred via direct codes of the divine anchoring here on Earth. And people who think that we need to pray to protect certain region and that we need to really panic about it don't really have a whole idea that, like I said once in one of my video, I said it was Gaia's shift and we are moving along with her and we're here to support her, not fear for her, not fear for the changes that are happening in panic. And, thinking that we need to do something to change this is really causing even more fear and really the lack of understanding what this planetary shift is all about in the first place. And like I said, it's a neutral shift. What this planet truly needs right now is love. And this is not human love that is tied to emotions, thinking, oh, I love the planet so much. Oh, she's suffering. Oh my gosh, what can I do to help the planet? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna meditate every day. She's so poor, she's suffering. Basically, this is not helping the planet. Trusting in the divine plan, in the divine will and perfection of the grace, and really knowing that our source is not a stupid source, that the intelligence that is divine is greater than our human mind logic can perceive. So we have to move first through that and through our own fear. Secondly, for instance, let me give you an example. Today, on this day, I really went out. I went hiking. I was playing in the snow. I was really enjoying. I was feeling so happy after so long in nature and was excited about the snow, although it's not season for snow here yet. But in the hills and mountain tops, there's quite a lot of snow now. And I was really happy. Of course, the snow was melting because the temperatures are not high enough to preserve the snow. But it was really awesome because it kept drizzling onto me, and it was like someone would kept throwing snow at me, and I was just laughing. I was feeling so blissful and so deeply in awe and appreciation of all these gifts that our beloved Mother Earth has to offer us, and so unconditionally just gives life on this planet. Because this planet is life and we're co-creating. So one of the things I would like to mention about this is a lot of the people who are fear and panic would say, oh my God, how can you be so playful and in peace when things like that are happening? There are tragedies in the world, people are dying, things are happening, how can you enjoy? You know what? These people are people who do not get it. These people are people who have not yet awakened their divine spark and trust and know this beauty that is around everywhere. Beauty is also in this shift. Do you see how sometimes things have to transform for the new to be born? Sometimes the old, the stagnant just has to die. I'll give you this great example. The most dear person to me told me this story once. Here in Slovenia, we had this national park, and what they did when there was a fire, they used the water from a certain lake and they killed these little creatures there, like tiny little creatures that were there. So they extinct because they were trying to control nature. On the other hand, there was this example of this, the director of this park, I think it was in Germany, I'm not sure, but I think it was either Germany or Austria. The guy was perceived basically crazy because he left the fire when there was fire there as well in the park. He left the entire region to burn, like to the ground, and people were thinking he's nuts. But what happened there, the forest was kind of like sick because there was this bug there that kept interfering and it kind of got probably the ecosystem, the eco balance was not in equilibrium anymore. So what happened in a few years, what grew there were amazing. It was amazing plant life, and everything was restored back to nature, back to beauty, and just how, nature's wisdom and intelligence works. It has its own laws and principles, and those people who are not in tune to the principles of creation cannot understand this. I understand that. So that is why I know that this planet needs joy, it needs love. The planet wants us to, because she's shifting in that direction, she's trying to get rid of the old stagnant energies and is asking us to do the same if we want to transition with her, with the planet. So the planet does not need people who are miserable and in panic and in fear. The planet needs people who are love, who trust in their divine guidance, who trust that they're safe, and who trust that they can be joy in every now moment, even though people are dying on the other side of the planet. Because, you need to balance this out. If you have people who are unhappy and are dying, basically, death, we see it as this thing is either good or bad. It's just, look at nature. Death is everywhere. Last week we went for a hike around the lake with my friends, and my friend, she saw this like a Capricorn, I mean, a certain goat or something. They were like half eaten or dead or like all open up. She's like, oh gosh, She said, okay, I guess I have to see that to know this is still happening. It's like, yeah, it's nature, it's life, it happens. Death and life, death and rebirth are always cycles that are within us. They're both there. It's like same as light and dark. And at the end, when you see there is no light and there is no dark, there's just love, the cohesive force that binds all creation together. That's all there is. There's just the thing that we are so used to duality that we don't even notice ourselves when we fall into, even light workers fall into that. They fall in this mode of duality and they forget that they're here to have joy and fun. And we all talk about this. I ask Ascension pioneers now to send me their visions. And we a lot of the times we like to speak these visions, but when we get to, just have fun and feel joy, sometimes we feel guilty. I'm not going to have fun. People are suffering on this planet. I mean, what does this mean? Are you helping the planet with such a vibration? Because our natural source vibration is pure joy, bliss, radiance, grace of spirit, divine. So that's what we're here to embody, to radiate out. And if we radiate out misery, what are we doing? Are we helping the planet? Really think about it. How are you helping the planet if you're in panic? If you're saying to everyone, please, please pray for those people there, please, you're just creating more panic because this is control. I was just writing about the aspect of a butterfly today, and I asked you guys, beloved family of light, if you know the saying that if you love someone, you have to set them free and see if they will return, and if they do, they are yours. It's the same with the butterfly. Once you capture a butterfly, if you catch them, and if the butterfly flies free and if it returns, it is yours. Because what is now falling away is not on our path anyway. Nothing that is of our path can fall away ever because it is ours. It is written in our hearts. We are the butterfly. We are this change. And a lot of the time people fear that things that they love so much will die, but eventually you have to let go of even that. You have to allow things to unfold in natural way. Everything is a process. Everything is a cycle. But we have become so distant from this true nature of ours that is cyclical. We are one with all creation. We are one with these principles that are divine. And what we do is we humanize them in a way, and we take away the sacredness of life. And we just put into this equation, we put in control and possession. It's the same with love. If you truly love someone, you cannot have them in a way that you think that there's possession there or control, because control really means you don't trust in the divine unfoldment of the divine plan. You don't trust. And if you're possessing something or someone, it means that you, in actual depth, you don't really believe you deserve that or the person or situation. Doesn't matter. We all need to let go of this control of possession and a fear of not being in the right place at the right time, a fear of many things. The reason why I speak these words is also because I was asked this question. Hello, my beautiful sister of light, Polona. I'm wondering what you feel about the upcoming polar shift, the solar flares, safe places, and tidal waves. My plan was to travel to Bora Bora in Australia in December, but I have been reading www.zetatalk.com, and now I'm questioning things as I'm not getting any information yet. In my heart, I have trust and no fear, but I'm hearing a lot of information that we need to prepare. Yet I feel we are safe, but I don't know anything about the Zetas. Here's the thing, one more time, let's Let's repeat what I have been repeating for the entire year and longer, ever since I established Ascension Pioneers. Try to go within. Be within. Don't listen to the channelers. Most of the channel material is, first of all, is fake. People who say that they know where changes are going to take place really don't know, because it's not for up to us to know these things. Because what is happening now, each one of us has to be fully ready and responsible on our own for ourselves. It's the same way, when people think they have wisdom for you, they can only share their own wisdom, but they can have this insights or advice for you, because the fifth dimensional or higher awareness is guiding people to go within, guiding them towards their true self, not giving them answers, not giving them, something to be attached to you about. So the thing here is, if you read channel materials, first of all, you have to be ready for that to be completely false, to mislead people. What is happening now, that a lot of the channel material, I was just talking about this with my friend a few days ago, a lot of these truths that were shared there basically did not come true. So many people are becoming kind of like nervous, and many people kind of stopped trusting these materials, and so many things were promised, and so many things were like, it's going to be this, and the Star Brothers landing, and this happening, and the money system is going to be divinely, everything's going to be divinely unfolded, and we won't have to do anything, you just watch and observe. Well, we are observers of this reality, and we're co-creating this, but we are not to be passive. Being neutral is not the same as being passive. I keep saying this to you guys. The thing about this is, we each came here with a specific purpose, and we have to embody and remember this purpose. We have to trust that we are where we need to be. There is no such thing as a safe place. Safe place is within you. You are the safe place. Have you not seen, I don't know, videos that speak about this thing, that physically there is no safe place on the planet? There is no safety anyway. All material safety is an illusion. There's only inner spirit safety, because truth is the nature of spirit. So if someone asks these questions and is trying to really get the logic, I see that the one who posed the question already gave themselves the answer. I feel that it's fine. So if your soul guides you, do whatever you wish. Don't listen to others, because you will plan your life according to something that someone else has given to you externally. And at the end, you might have regrets about it, because nothing ever came true anyway. And what comes true, remember, it will be exactly like it has to be, for a reason. I had experienced an immense turmoil in my life this year. But when I come to greater clarity, when I come to my inner power, when I saw things, all events, like wrapping in this vortex of energy all together, making sense in this divine order. And when you see with this vision, you see that everything, every single tiny speck has purpose. Like I said, our source is not a stupid source. It knows what it's doing. When are we going to start trusting it? When are we going to start trusting the divine? When are we going to start trusting that, even though there is supposed to be this accident, which is our own term and label, because in divine truth, there is no such thing as an accident. There's only synchronicity. In divine truth, there is no mistakes. There are only things, and all is as it should be, and all just is, and it's neutral. We give things meaning. We give things doubt, control. But on the other hand, we can also give it understanding, compassion, freedom, love, joy. You see, you can always choose which side of the equation you wish to play. And as long as you're still reading these channel materials, okay, we can all read it. And if we resonate with something, that's fine. But if you read it and it will keep posing questions that are more based on, your mind will plug in and you'll start going like, da 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 da. Well, then it's not really resonating with your soul, because the soul never does da 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 da. The mind does that. The soul just goes, I know. That is the wisdom of the soul. It just goes, I know. And it's just a feeling, and it's pleasant, and it's warm. If it's cold, if it's weird, if it's rigid, it's not the soul. So feel your warmth, learn to feel yourself and observe yourself. There is no such thing as outer safety. Remember this. And another question that I got was just wondering, Polona, for those of us who have been clearing and healing for not only ourselves, but being the way showers for others, do you think our roles will be easier now? First of all, easier, not so much easier. Again, it's a perspective. It's a state of awareness that makes us feel things as we feel them. It's all neutral. So the more that we're becoming aware And that's happening, that the most, of this clutter energy is falling off. What is not ours is now falling off. So through that, we get to see clearly. We get to see the whole picture. We get to see with the eyes of illumination. And we can see right through the physicality. We can feel with the soul, which kind of like, it beams through just the physical aspects, and it knows. So what we're doing through that, we're increasing the awareness, and our vibration is rising. So if it's all about awareness, then you know that because it increases, you no longer perceive something as difficult. Oh, our tasks are so difficult, because in truth, we've chosen them, and it all just is. It's neutral. At the moment you raise your awareness to that degree, to the highest point, there is no such thing as the highest point, but there is the aspect of source, and you have always been planning within that. You have always been one with that, with the universal heart and mind of one. And when you know that, there is no such thing as, oh gosh, it's so hard, because the moment you remember the beauty of your beingness here, right now, and everywhere else as well, everything else just vanishes. It's not even important. It's like the moment you instantly forgive someone, it's like nothing else matters. It's just the now moment, and you can only do forgiveness in the now moment anyway. All else is an illusion, and all else just past, future, thinking, mind. Oh, confusion. We've all been there. We've all done that, where we don't need this anymore, but it's us who get to make the conscious decision to cross through that threshold. No one can push us. There are things, there are triggers, divine triggers, and people and places and situations that can push us to make the step easier or decide for it in the first place, but it's us who get to do it. So if you think that your path and your task until now was difficult and you want it more easy, then it shall be easy, because your awareness has increased in the way that before you might have perceived that it's difficult because your awareness was not high enough, because we keep raising it, and it's all reciprocal. So the more you see, the more you're neutral. The more you expand and open up, the less everything seems that it's a struggle, and more you see it as a destiny, as your divine plan, your divine decree to be here and be now. So, like I say, there is no safe place. There is only the safety within. And there is no difficulty or struggle. It can be joy as well. So, if I answer this question with a question, which is probably one of the most higher dimensional aspects that can be, is, you know, can you allow yourself that it can also be joy and love? And if your answer is yes, then it's yes. And it can be that way. We've all been saying until now, until this point, and I think that the full moon has uncleared so much of that. We've all been saying, oh, it's so hard sometimes here. We've all been there, even me, of course. Have human aspects of myself as well. And it's like, oh my God, all this waiting and nothing happens the way we would want it. And is that love? I don't think Mother Nature needs that anymore. It's like we are supposed to see everything from this huge perspective of love, and all we are to be is just love, and just love. This week we've been doing, just yesterday was the first day of doing that, the rite of passage with the children of the sun, and it was the rite of divine love, and it was amazing. It was so beautiful. And our homework, if you can call it like that, was to just love like we have never loved before. And beloved pioneers, my question at the end of this video for you is, can you be that love embodied? Can you love like you have never ever loved in your life before? Can you forgive instantly? Because in truth of one, everything is forgiven anyway. Can you be in tune with that truth, with that source? Because you come from there. You are that. So ask yourself, whatever is that you're implying is already asked within you, and it already has the answer that you are creating for yourself. All the answers are being created through you, for you, by you. Enjoy, my beloved pioneers. This full moon opened up so much. It's such a potent energy, so use it well. Use it through love divine. You are that. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.